Hi all, welcome to my channel Social Science for Grade 10. Today we'll be dealing a very important chapter in geography, that is agriculture. So why we have to learn this chapter? Because the food we consume comes from agriculture and our country is agriculturally very important country and two-thirds of population in our country is engaged in it. So let's learn about agriculture, major crops, types of farming, etc. etc. So I've divided this chapter into three parts. Today we'll be dealing with the first part. So we'll be seeing the introduction top part and types of farming, cropping pattern and the major crops. Now introduction. As I already said, it is a primary activity and it produces most of the food and two-thirds of India's population is engaged in it, and it is in our country's agriculturally important country, and agriculture products like tea, coffee, spices are also exported from India to many parts of the world. It produces food grains and also raw materials for various industries. Now, types of farming. Agriculture is an age-old economic activity in a country. We all know it is an age-old economic activity. So cultivation methods have changed significantly depending upon the characteristics of physical environment, technology, and socio-cultural practices. So cultivation methods is changing day by day depending upon the physical environment, technology, and socio-cultural practices. So farming varies from subsistence to commercial types in different parts of the India. The upcoming farming systems are practiced. There are three types of farming: primitive subsistence farming, intensive subsistence farming, and commercial farming. What is primitive subsistence farming? It is practiced in few areas of India. So it is practiced on small patches of land with the help of primitive tools like hoe, dough, digging sticks, and family community labor. So what they do means, the small patch of land, they will not use modern tools, but they use primitive tools, easy simple tools like hoe, dough, digging sticks, and family labor work in it. Now it depends upon monsoon, natural fertility of the soil, and suitability of the other environmental conditions of the crops grown. It is slash and burn agriculture. So farmers clear a patch of land and produce cereals and other food crops to sustain their family. So it is also called as slash and burn agriculture. What they will do in this type of farming means, they will take a small patch of land. In that they will grow crops, and after harvesting the crops they will burn the land. Why they are burning the land? For regaining the soil's fertility. So after the growth of crops, the soil loosen its fertility. The soil's fertility would be lost. For regaining the soil's fertility, they burn the land, and after burning the land, they move out of the place. It is also called as shifting agriculture. Now, the productivity is low in this type of farming, and they will not use any fertilizers or other modern inputs. It is known by different names in different parts of country. So you have to remember one name, that is Jumming. Jumming is called as Jumming in northeastern states like Assam, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland, and Pamlo in Manipur, Deepa in Bastar districts of Chhattisgarh, and Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Now, intensive subsistence farming. This type of farming is practiced in areas of high population pressure on land. It is a labor-intensive farming where high doses of biochemical inputs and irrigation are used as obtaining higher production. Same as primitive subsistence farming, they will take a small patch of land, they will grow more crops, they will use more chemicals, more labor will work in that land, and the small area of land, it will get the land will the that thus there is enormous pressure on land. The farmers want to take maximum output from small area of land. It creates a pressure on the land. Now, commercial farming. It is done for market purpose. In this type of farming, they use HIV seeds, chemical fertilizers, insecticides, and pesticides in order to obtain higher productivity. The degree of commercialization of two of agriculture varies from one region to another. For example, rice is a commercial crop in Haryana and Punjab, but in Orissa it is a subsistence crop. Now, so plantation comes under commercial farming. So what is plantation? A single crop is grown over a large area. So if you see the picture, it will be clear to you. So it covers large tracts of land. They use more intensive inputs with the help of migrant laborers. All the produce is used as raw material in respective industries. Since the production is mainly for market, a well-developed network of transport and communication connecting the plantation areas, processing industries, and market plays an important role in the development of plantations. So this type of farming is mainly done for market. So we all know commercial farming is done for market. As plantation comes under commercial farming, it is also done for market. So well-developed network of transportation, processing industries, market plays an important role in the development of plantations. In India, tea, coffee, rubber, sugarcane, banana, etc. are important plantation crops. Tea in Assam and North Bengal. So coffee in Karnataka are some of the important plantation crops grown in the states. We all know they give the example of these. And now cropping pattern. So we all know various types of food and fiber crops, vegetables, fruits, spices or condiments, etc. are grown in the country. Now to classify these type of crops, India has three cropping seasons: Rabi, Kharif, Zaid. So what is Rabi? It is sown in winter from October to December and harvested in summer from April to June. So important Rabi crops are wheat, barley, peas, gram, mustard. So availability of precipitation during winter and cyclones, western temperate cyclones, help in the success of these crops, and green revolution also helped in the crops. So after the arrival of green revolution, HYV seeds, fertilizers, insecticides were introduced and it helped in the growth of rabi crops. So Punjab, Haryana, Himachal Pradesh, Jammu and Kashmir, Uttaranchal, Uttar Pradesh are important for the production of wheat and other rabi crops. Now, kharif crops. It is grown in the onset of monsoon in different parts of the country and when it is harvested from September to October. So, important crops are paddy, maize, jowar, bajra, tur, moong, urad, cotton, jute, groundnut, soya bean. In states like Assam, West Bengal, and Orissa, three crops of paddy are grown in a year. These are Aus, Aman, Boro. So, under kharif crops, paddy comes. And there are three types of paddy crops: Aus, and Boro. In these three types of crops, it is grown in Assam, West Bengal, and Orissa. So paddy has also become an important crop of Punjab and Haryana. Now Zaid crops. Now this type of crop, there's a short season between Rabi and Kharif season. So then there's a short season during the summer months known as Zaid season. Some of the crops during Zaid are watermelon, muskmelon, cucumber, vegetables and fodder crops. Sugarcane takes almost a year to grow. So some examples of Zaid crops are watermelon, muskmelon, cucumber, vegetables and fodder crops. Sugarcane takes almost a year to grow. Now major crops. A variety of food and non-food crops are grown in different parts of the country depending upon the variations in soil, climate and cultivation practices. So, there are a variety of crops and non-food crops growing in our country depending upon three factors: soil, climate, cultivation practices. Now, major crops grown in India are rice, wheat, millets, pulses, tea, coffee, sugarcane, oilseeds, cotton, and jute, and etc. So these are the major crops grown in our India. Now rice. The first we are going to see is rice. So it is a staple food crop of majority of people in India. Yes, majority of people eat rice. Our country is the second largest producer of rice in the world after China. So first producer is China and second largest producer is India. It is a kharif crop and it requires high temperature and high humidity and annual rainfall above 100 centimeter, and it is grown in plains of north and northeastern parts of India, coastal regions and deltaic regions. So in the areas of less rainfall like Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh and parts of Rajasthan, so a canal irrigation and tube wells helped rice to grow in these type of less rainfall areas. Now wheat. It is a main food crop in north and northwestern part of the country. It requires cool growing season and bright sunshine at the type of ripening. It requires 50 to 75 centimeter of annual rainfall. So Punjab, Haryana, UP, Bihar, Rajasthan and parts of Madhya Pradesh are wheat producing states. There are two important wheat growing zones: the Ganga-Satluj plain and Ganga Satluj in the northwest and black soil region of the Deccan are the two wheat growing zones. So it is a rabi crop wheat. Now, millets, jowar, bajra, ragi are the important millets grown in India. They are also known as coarse grains. So, ragi is rich in iron, calcium, and other micronutrients and roughage. So, jowar is the third most important food crop with respect to area and production. So, this jowar needs more rain to grow, and in the moist areas, which hardly needs irrigation. There's it should be irrigated in the sea. It is a rain-fed crop mostly grown in the moist areas which hardly needs irrigation. So in the moist areas there will be more rain, and millets is a when it's a rain fed crop, so it hardly needs irrigation, not that much. And Maharashtra is the largest producer of jowar, followed by Karnataka, AP and MP. So bajra grows well on sandy soils and black soil, and Rajasthan is the largest producer of bajra, and Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, Gujarat and Haryana. So ragi is a crop of dry region and grows well on red, black, sandy, loamy, shallow, black soils. So ragi producing states are Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Himachal Pradesh, Sikkim, Jharkhand and Arunachal Pradesh. Now maize. It is a crop which is used both as food and fodder. It is a kharif crop which requires temperature between 21 to 27 degrees Celsius and grows well in old alluvial soil. Uses of modern forms like HIV, fertilizers, irrigation have contributed to the increasing produce of maize. So major maize producing states are Karnataka, Uttar Pradesh and Bihar. Now, pulses. So India is the largest producer as well as consumer of pulses in the world. These are the major source of protein in a vegetarian diet. So some pulses are tur, urad, moong, masoor, peas, gram, and it needs less moisture and survive even in dry conditions. And some major pulse producing states are Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan, Maharashtra, and Karnataka. And this type of crops is grown in crop rotation. Now that's it. We have completed part 1. Thank you all. So please like, share and subscribe and click the bell icon for all the new updates. Till I meet you in the next part. Bye bye.